Is this Datsun?
Yes, well it did the hub, and then it'll actually stick the tire out further without having to change anything.
You lost me at stiff. I would like more soy sauce. No. With all these vehicles out there just rolling around, law enforcement had to come up with some vehicles of their own, you know, to manage all the crazies. The police Interceptor. In this episode, we're going to take a look at building a tribute, really, to the Japanese police Interceptor built on a Datsun 240Z. Now, immediately you're asking yourself all kinds of questions like, who's Datsun? Who are they? How did they get their start? What inspired and required the use of the 240Z? How do they help the police force? Does law enforcement often use sports cars? I'm about to answer all those questions. Welcome to episode 1. Now, here to take this Datsun to Datsun is our master mechanic, a man with mad motor skills, JJ Morrison. Hey man, so talk to me about this.
It's pretty much a complete car at this point, but it definitely does need a lot of work.
It's called Cars Built and Rebuilt. It can't be complete.
That's right. All right, so talk to the owner when he brought it over and get a list of things that need to be done to it. The main thing is the wiring in this car is completely rat's nest. So we're going to rewire the whole thing while it's on the engine bay. As you actually, if you want to take a look at it, you can see what I'm talking about in here.
Oh!
So all those wires hanging out, that's just unacceptable.
How does something like that happen? Years of aftermarket add-on and just not caring, or what?
Yeah, years of multiple owners and not really knowing exactly what you're doing.
Straight 6 stock turbo on this would normally be how much horsepower?
A little over 200.
Okay, and with what he's got here, what do you think he's got?
The way he's got it set up already with just some minor tuning and some fixing and some rewire, we're going to have about 300 horsepower.
Sounds like a lot more than 300 horse.
Yeah, but it's not really running right. So
I know, it sounds like it's having a hard time breathing or something.
This car also has a cam in it, so the lobe that you're hearing, has a little bit to do with that. The other issue that it's having is that it's missing, so not all the cylinders are firing properly.
Right.
So what we need to do to clean all that up is get it tuned, get the turbo working right, and then you'll still hear the nice exhaust sound, but then everything will be functioning together the way it's supposed to be.
So far we got engine tune, with the cleanup wiring on the inside. Tell me about the paint.
All right.
Is this like their version of, like, you know, serve and protect? Like, is this authentic, or what has he got here?
Yes.
With the Japanese symbols, or is it like, you know?
Done a lot of research on the cars back then. And
I would like more soy sauce. No.
That actually stands for Yamagata Professional Police. The interesting thing was that none of the cars back then were identical. Each police car could change from car to car. They all said the same thing. They all looked similar. But then some of the trim pieces, like in the front of the car, might look a little bit different. These ones actually have, in that era, they had these big honking separate.
Oh no way! Like the big red ones he's gonna put like across the top.
Yeah.
Like the Naked Gun.
Yes, just like that.
But there's Toyo tires.
Yes, Toyo process.
I usually see something like this on the rear axle. He went with
all the way
four.
around.
I
Yep.
like that.
The nice thing is wider is better. So with these particular tires, he's going to have superior amount of grip, and they look super cool.
This is obviously aftermarket.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, the fins are aftermarket.
But then how are we getting this serial? What did she use this look? Because I really love it.
The suspension is lower and it's stiffer than it was before,
Right.
but the spacing of it is the same. The wheels, however, have a certain offset. So you can offset where the wheels stick on to the hub, and then it'll actually stick the tire out further without having to change anything.
You lost me at stiff.
All the suspension is doing right now, it lowers the car and it makes it stiffer. So
You wanted to say that.
I did, because it's actually important. But you ruined stiff for me.
I ruined stiff for him. That's what I do. I take things that are stiff and I ruin them. I noticed, I mean, these things grip the ground incredibly well, just like this dog. I'm really trying to plug the Toyo right now.
Once we're done putting everything together, we get the thing to where it seems like it's running right? We're gonna put it on a dyno, and we're gonna run on the dyno. So we'll put it on the dyno, we'll get everything tuned to the best that we can possibly get it, and then we'll look where the numbers change. So from where it came from right now to when it's all dialed in, and then we dial it in a little bit more, and then we can actually take it out and we can run the track or whatever and test
Let's
it.
age of the track. I want to do a total episode when this is completely finished of where he just drives it down the street with the sirens on and just see how many people we can pull over with it.